talk about sex all day. Ladies and gentlemen, coming up next to the stage, they have
PSA.
PSA. I'm just gonna let them talk about whatever they want to express because I don't know half the shit. I wouldn't even be able to put it into words. So ladies and gentlemen, make some noise for the one and only Miss Gwendolyn!
Hello, Drag Dive. I was originally just going to do these PSAs for the Vanguard. I was caught by surprise by recent developments. I am going to speak to those, but I'm going to take care of business first. First thing, I always want to announce I will always have Narcan on me anytime I go out at night. So if you suspect an overdose is going on, flag me down. And I also am in touch with the Austin Harm Reduction Alliance. Previously the Austin Harm Reduction Coalition, and I have a contact who is able to give me as much Narcan and other harm reduction supplies as I can possibly pump into the queer trans scene. So if you are interested in helping to distribute these products throughout our community, please get in touch with me. I can also help get people connected with Narcan training. If you have like event staff or you have a show that you put on, we can get you hooked up. Just to add on to that thought, I actually, when I came to Vanguard 2 weeks ago, like I literally had to stop crying to come to Vanguard because I had just found out a long-term acquaintance of about 22 years had died of an OD. His name was Jay. He used to hang out at Emo's when it was right across the alley. And he and a number of other friends have died that way over the years, and it is a stupid, preventable, and unnecessary death all the way up until now. We just had to accept that that was something that people could be taken from us at any moment, and now we have a way to fight back. Narcan is life, and where there is life, there is hope. So I hope you will join me in helping to fight back. I also wanted to touch on legislative updates. Most of them I won't get into specifically because it's a little depressing, but Her Majesty 2 weeks ago brought up the Don't Say Gay bill, which they were trying to tack on. I just wanted to let you guys know that that failed. It did not become law. So, all blessings. I also want you to know that there were a number of other bad laws that we either killed or managed to water down. But despite that, some real shit got passed, but I wanted to let you know not to despair. Court challenges are being filed, and for whatever it's worth, most of those laws they passed against us were completely illegal. They know that. They just feel emboldened by the current makeup of the Supreme Court. I am a Supreme Court nerd, and I can tell you that the current supermajority, conservative supermajority on the Supreme Court, their main activist items are abortion and guns. Everything else, they're more or less sticking to the way things have been done. They've actually had some pro-transgender rulings with the current conservative supermajority. So on the whole, it'll take a while to go through the courts, but things ultimately look in our favor. So I thought it might also be of interest to people if anyone really misses Vanguard. I have been sitting right there for the last 6 months recording roughly 4 out of 8 numbers of every Vanguard I went to, which was almost all of them. So if you would like to find these videos, I posted them on my account, was it Friends of Sweet Gwendolyn, and I made a playlist for each show, so you can go back and revisit the memories, see the shows you missed that way. And so to address recent developments, I would really like to thank Her Majesty, Vanguard, and the Vanguard family for absolutely everything. Yeah, it meant a lot to all of us, and I honestly, I knew that the days were probably limited ever since Vanguard took a pause last year. And I gotta say that out of all of the possible reasons that Vanguard could come to an end, Her Majesty and her family escaping to safety is absolutely the happiest scenario I could possibly have thought of. So She's following the great tradition of James Baldwin, Josephine Baker, and Eartha Kitt having to take a break from the hatred to heal and recover and practice her art. And I hope that she can find the peace to finally start her healing journey where she is. So, on that, I would like to end this on a note. This is, in my opinion, possibly the most revolutionary thing I have said on this stage, which is that I want to emphasize that healing is possible. It is, the opposite of being traumatized is not being untraumatized. It's connecting with other people. And that is something that I definitely found here at Vanguard. I felt that it was very much queer church, except for that arguably there was a lot more truth spoken on the stage than in most churches. And man, did that piss some people off. On a personal note, I am currently coming out on the other side of PTSD, which I did not think would ever be possible. I am 47. I've lived all but 5 years of my life in either Alabama or Texas, and I did it as a AFAB, disabled, queer, transgender person. And while a lot of that went exactly the way you thought it might have, I had a lot of good times too that helped keep me afloat. But coming out on the other side of things, getting away from the abuse, connecting with others, and finding community and a world where I felt understood and accepted really made all the difference. So, thank you. And honestly, 2 weeks ago, when Her Majesty introduced me as a trans guy drag queen, the room applauded. No one has ever done that for me. I've gotten the occasional woo, but thank you. Thank you. And I'd also just like to say that Her Majesty showed us what is possible moving forward. In the past, at best, we could have a monthly high art political drag show, and honestly, we really didn't have too many of those. She showed that there is a market for a weekly high art and political drag show. And also, my fellow activists, take note, because I think we may have been going about this all wrong. We should just essentially make all of our queer radical activist meetings take place in a nightclub with a floor show, All right, so I don't know what is going to happen next, but I am going to stick around and find out. And just on a side note, I live 5 minutes from this club, and I need a ride to get here to help me distribute Narcan and other harm reduction supplies. If anyone would like to participate in the revolution by giving a revolutionary a ride. And also on a very hopeful note, I know it's sad that Her Majesty is gone, but it is also wonderful because we now have a new minister with Diamond D.R. Thank Diamond and support her in her efforts. So thank you, Vanguard family. You've changed my life forever and for the best. I don't know what the future holds, but I'm looking forward to finding out. Thank you.
Y'all make some noise for Sweet Gwendolyn.